Hi, I am going to make yet another video. I'm on a roll. I want to point something out. I am so excited. Do you see this jacket? You see this? I got it for $2 off our local auction page. It is a rain jacket, but I love the color so much and I love it so much that I'm wearing it indoors. I do not think it's going to rain in here, but you never know. You never know. So, what I want to talk about right now is long COVID. This is not going to be political. This is just a personal experience that I am currently having. I contracted COVID in October of 2021. As many other people did, I lost my sense of taste and smell. I did get the injections right away. I can't remember what they're called, but I did get them right away. And I got over COVID pretty quickly, but I never ever regained my senses of smell and taste to this day. The other things that changed for me were my metabolism and my ability to tolerate certain medications. So as a result, I was unable to take my normally prescribed depression medication. And over time, I repeatedly tried to restart taking it, and it did the same thing every time. It made me violently ill. I tried numerous other prescriptions for different types of antidepressants, and none of them sat well with me. And this isn't just antidepressants, it was a lot of other things as well. And also, I noticed that COVID ushered up menopause in a really huge way in my life, where it wasn't really an ordeal before. It came at me hard and strong. But sticking to the COVID subject, so I lost my sense of taste and smell, and it never came back. I constantly am Googling and looking up current research on this subject, and I can't find anything that has any meat on its bones. The only thing that I can find is olfactory retraining, which is basically finding certain things that are strong smells that you just repeatedly sniff throughout your day. So of course I've tried this. And of course, when you talk about this kind of thing, people are not, you know, it's not helpful to tell somebody who's struggling with this kind of thing, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Look, this is a serious thing. And of course I've tried this, and of course I've tried that. But legitimately, I would love to hear of somebody actually recovering their sense of taste and smell. Not only is this a huge mind, you know what I mean? But it's dangerous. I'll give you an example. I was making a box for something I had sold, and I was in the kitchen. We don't have a lot of counter space in this old house, and my cardboard that I was using was on top of the stove, and somehow I had managed to turn the stove on because the burner knobs are down on the front, and it started on fire, and I didn't know. I couldn't smell it. My husband came barreling out of the other room, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And there's been other things like um, that come up, that people deal with, like gas leaks in your house. Um, I went over to my friend's house one morning, and she's elderly. And I walked in the door and I could hear this clicking noise. And I said to her, "What is that noise?" And she didn't even realize that she had somehow bumped her gas range, and it had turned on, and it was just spewing out natural gas into her home. And I couldn't smell it. The only reason why I was tipped off to it was because I heard the noise. So that's scary. So people that are suffering from this go through a myriad of emotions about it. Basically, from what I can understand, is that the COVID virus changes things in your brain. And so that factors into losing those senses. There is an emotional part to it, and if you already suffer from depression, it basically can really get to you, because my husband and I eat a very low carb diet. I can only taste spicy, salty, sweet, bitter. I'm saying that right. And every once in a while I can get something like a peanut butter, or I can tell that it's an egg, or it just, and that's the other thing, is that it comes and goes. It waxes and wanes. One day something that I can tolerate that doesn't taste like cardboard will become a different sense the next day. I might be able to tolerate eating um it's it's so hard to describe, and I'm trying to find people out there that are experiencing the same thing that I am. And it shifts. The problem shifts. It's like one day this amount of creamer in my coffee is okay. The next day it's way overwhelmingly sweet for the same amount. And the other emotional and traumatizing thing about it is that, like I said, okay, it's 2025. I lost it in October of 2021, and still to this day the people around me cannot seem to understand or remember that I have this issue. That is one of the hardest things about it. Not only is it difficult to want to eat food anymore because you have zero food enjoyment, zero. So it actually, in that perspective, it actually helped me go on the low carb diet, because things like bread and starches and flour, that kind of, it just tasted like cardboard to me. So it made it easier to go on that diet. But at the same time, whenever you never realized before how much society and your own personal life, how much everything revolves around meals. So holidays are awful. Um, you know, let's go to your friend, let's go to lunch, let's go to breakfast, let's do this, let's do that. And you're like, I don't really even want to spend the money on it because I can't taste this stuff. So that is really awful to deal with. And as I was saying, you know, people don't remember. I cannot believe that it's been this long and people still don't get it. My husband, here, taste this, try this. Oh, you're gonna love this. Here, try this. Dude, why are you asking me that? You know that I can't appropriately taste it. Or, hey, we're going to get together for Easter dinner, or we're going to get together for Christmas dinner. It's like, what do you want? You know, what sounds good to you? Dude, nothing. Nothing sounds good to me because I don't have any sense of taste. I have absolutely no food enjoyment. The only thing that I have is memory. I remember that I love pizza. I remember that I love cheeseburgers. I remember that I love Reese's peanut butter cups. And so whenever I have a break and I have to just like, I want to shove stuff in my mouth, those are the things that I go to because I know that I love them. Doesn't mean they taste good to me. It just means that I know that I love them and somehow it meets some kind of a mental thing with me. And so I just want to I want to corroborate with other people out there who have this same problem. It's like nobody gets you. Like if one more person comes up to me and says, "Hey, you got to taste this. You're going to love it." I'm going to punch them straight in the snot locker. If you know what I'm saying. Not gonna, but you know what I'm saying. It's so frustrating. And I doubt that it will ever come back. I've tried other little gimmicks. I just looked it up on Grok. That's supposed to be the AI of the century. Didn't have anything to say. It was just a bunch of fluff. Yeah, they're doing research. Yeah, they're doing this. Yeah, they're doing that. You know, they're doing research on so many things, but they can't solve this for us. You know, my house could be on fire and be sitting here like, I don't know what's going on. Oh, wait, there's smoke. Oh, I better get out. Really irritating. Very traumatic. Very, very traumatic. So, still researching that, and if anything changes or I come up with anything to address this situation, I will be addressing it on another video. Thank you for watching.